Good morning. My name is Ashley, and I am with Aspen Healthcare in the Personal Assistant Services and Private Duty Nursing Department. And today I'm just going to talk to you about how to clock in and out using the Wellsky Personal Care app. This is a tool that we use to clock in and out, among other things. Whether you're new and you just need a better in-depth insight on how to clock in and clock out, or if you've been with us for a while and you just need a little bit of a refresher. All right, I've made this little presentation. A few things to know before we get started. This app is geo-fenced, which means you must be inside of the house that you're providing care for and be ready to provide care before it's going to allow you to clock in. You can't clock in at home before you drive. You can't clock in down the street. You have to be in the home before you're able to actually clock in. With that being said, your phone location must be turned on, and you can do that through the settings in your phone. And you must also set your app permissions in your phone to allow Wellsky app to view your phone's location. If you forget your login information, please text myself or Joe at 940-202-9611. This is the text line that you always use, and the only one you should really be using for our department. Most importantly, if you're not able to clock yourself in or out at the right time, you must send us a text to let us know what times need to be adjusted. So say the internet's being wonky, something like that, and you're unable to clock in or clock out, you must instead open up your text messages and send us the time. That makes sure that you get paid for the time that you work in a timely manner. If you don't have a clock out, then it won't go onto your paycheck, right? This also helps it to where Joe and myself don't have to badger you for what your times are and chase you around. It lets us know that you've shown up to your shift. Also, many of our clients require a completed care log for the shift, and these are only created when you're clocking out. So if you don't clock out, we're not going to have that care log. And in this industry, if you don't have a care log, then you have no proof that you did your work, right? So that's very important. Getting to know the Wellsky Personal Care app. So in the icon on either Apple Store or Google Play, you'll type in Wellsky Personal Care, and this is the little login, the little icon that you're going to be seeing for Wellsky. When you're hired, you're going to receive a welcome email from our HR department, usually Ebony. And this will allow you to set up your login credentials. You're going to log in using the credentials that you've set up at your hire date. If you need help with logging in, you can always send us a text, Joe and myself at that same number, and we can resend the welcome email. If you still need help logging in, you can contact myself or Joe, or even Ebony in HR using the main line, extension 9660. Cool little trick, depending on your phone and your phone settings, you can also set up Face ID or fingerprint to log on much more easily, and this allows you not to have to memorize your password. All right, so what now? This is, once you get logged in, you're gonna see on the screen here at the face of a phone, what you're gonna see is your shifts and a calendar. So you're ready in the morning, you're walking out to your car, all situated. You can open up the app and you'll see the address at the bottom of the shift that you're going to be going to. You can click on that address for the shift and it'll take you automatically to your GPS. Then you're going to drive to your shift. Remember to always clock in at the appropriate time. And what is the appropriate time? The appropriate time is going to be the time listed as the start time on your shift. So for instance, on here on this screen, it looks like 9:45. The shift is from 9:45 to 1 p.m. The appropriate time would be 9:45 a.m. You should be inside the home and ready to start care. when you clock in. If you're going to be late, don't forget to let the office know. That way we can inform the client. Once you are ready to clock in, you're going to click on the shift. This will take you to the client's task list shown here. You can see more information in your client's care plan by clicking the top, clicking the clipboard icon at the top right-hand corner. You're ready to clock in. So go ahead right here. It'll allow you to clock in. For the task list. Okay, so the task list. This is very important. Um, as you go through your shift or at the very ending of your shift, you must go through this entire task list and either click yes or no on each task. I recommend doing this during your shift because it is a lot of steps and it just makes it a little bit easier to get started and just go through this, do it through the shift instead of the very end, right? Because it's just a lot. So through the task list, it'll give you a list of things that you need to do for that shift. And as you go through, if you click yes, the yes box will highlight. If you click no, the no box will highlight. If you do click no, you must also type a reason the task was not completed. For example, you are with a client and it's Tuesday morning and they have showers Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Well, it's Tuesday, since it's not a shower day, for the task assist client in the shower, that was not done. So you're going to click the no box and then you're going to type in the reason for not completing the task as it's not a shower day or something to that effect. Be super thorough. Sometimes the buttons stick and not everything gets highlighted as you're going through the list. And it won't let you continue on to the next page and won't let you clock out if you do not have everything highlighted in response as needed. This is the biggest issue I see of why people can't clock out is because they missed one. So the task list can be very long or very short depending on your client. Sometimes it takes the app a second to process your response and highlight a response. So you have to be patient. When you're done, go back through and verify that the task list was fully completed. Otherwise, you will not be able to clock out. You will know when the task list is fully completed if the app allows you to clock out, and if not, scroll back up and see which task says that it needs a response. At this point, everything's highlighted, either yes or no. You've gone through everything. You can add mileage if you were offered it for the shift, or if you ran errands using your vehicle for the client. And you can add that here where it says add mileage. And you can also add comments for the next caregiver to see if needed there. So if you want to leave a little note for the next caregiver, you can add it right there. All right, you're ready to clock out now. There's going to be a few more pages that you'll go through. It'll send you to a page to review your tasks. After reviewing, click next on the lower right-hand corner. After that, it's going to ask you about mileage again. Only add it if it's appropriate. Appropriate meaning we do not pay mileage to and from your home to the patient's home unless we've previously stated in a shift request that we will. And that's just incentives for whatever shifts we need filled. We no longer transport clients to doctor's appointments and running errands with us. We cannot transport a client. If your client does need transportation, give us a call or a text and we will set up a medical Uber or a medical transport company. Laws have changed. We're just not able to do it any longer. So the only time you'll be adding mileage is if you run errands by yourself in your car for the client, or if we've stated in a shift request, right? So if that's appropriate, go ahead and add that and click next. On the next page, it's going to ask you about leaving a comment. Only add it if it's appropriate and choose to allow the next caregiver to see the comment or not. Then click next on the lower right-hand corner. Next, it's going to ask you about mileage. Only add that if it's appropriate. Click next in the lower right-hand corner. They really want to make sure that you get any mileage owed. At the next page, it's going to ask you if there's been a change in condition for the client. Highlight your appropriate choice. Comment if needed, and then click next on the lower right-hand corner. So this is if you've noticed any changes, say you have a dementia patient and they're kind of out of it that day, or you're just noticing any kind of changes in the client, that's where you're going to add that. Then you're going to click next on the lower right-hand corner. The next page you're going to see is a signature page for the client. If possible, I know it's not always possible, but if so, try to get your client's signature. And they can do that just by using their finger, writing their name, and then click next in the bottom right-hand corner. On the following page, that's going to be your signature. Sign your own name and then click next on the bottom right-hand corner. The next page you're going to see looks like this, and it's just going to be a review of everything you put into the system. Make sure everything's confirmed and click next. Once you do that, you're going to see this orange screen saying, "Great job, your name. You helped so-and-so for this amount of time." When you see this screen, that means you have successfully clocked out. If you don't see this screen, something was missed and you have to go back to complete everything. That wraps up this webinar. If you have any questions, please reach out to us here at the office at 940-202-9611. Thank you guys for everything that you do, and I'll talk to you later.